Good morning, YouTubers. And if you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 15 minutes before we start the show side of things and what have you. Good morning. Let's see here. Get anybody on here? Everybody's out freaking deer hunting on me. Not Waylon. Morning, Waylon. Thanks, man. You guys hunting at all? I know. I said in my area. If you look at the term there, Mr. Mayor, it says in my area. So your guys' is until next week, I think, right? I think I saw that date here. Pulled up here, South Dakota, West River, November 16th. Today is West River 30A season. That must be a special unit or something there. Watching three. Good. I'm glad somebody's got deer. Good, man. Ivermectin Saturday. Good day to you. Wild game feed in Baker tonight. Last night in Medora was a good hit, man. It was the most people I have ever seen at the Medora Wild Game Feed. Unfreaking believable. So, congratulations, Chamber of Commerce up there. I'll probably hit a if you hit a booner, just let me make sure it's over in my unit, which that is possible, by the way. I can put my tag on. Morning, Wayno. Oh, man. Morning, Josh. Sitting on the hill with my boy. Only one bull moose so far. Need a doe. Okay. It's one thing we haven't had much up here. Mr. Bulgy, good morning. Congratulations on your wife needed cosmetic surgery. I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing a boob job. So congratulations to you too as well, sir. There's a chance when you go through and once you get between Rame, Mr. Cox, if you're going between Rame and when you get around some of the curves heading down to Marmouth, be very careful in that area. Seems to be like a lot of deer like to hang out in that neck of the woods, especially at night. You plead the fifth. When people plead the fifth, that means it's true. Ouch. Morning, Karen. Good to have you on here this morning. Getting ready for the Mobridge side. Hey, look at there. Jesse woke up.
Oh, I've been awake.
So have I.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, what do you mean you know?
Hours.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
You got to talk into the mic if you want people to actually hear what you're talking about. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I get up 5 o'clock every morning, man. Sometimes earlier. Especially this week with all the weanings I had to get done. Suppose you want headphones, don't you?
I got headphones.
Are they working?
No.
I got to figure out where that cable went.
Want to pull on a little bit?
No.
There you go, right there.
All right, I'll get you set up here. All right.
There we go.
Did you ever, I left you with a question that last time somebody had a question about if they drive on somebody's property and start a fire, are they liable for it? and you said you were looking into that.
Yeah. I did say that.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Okay.
I got a question last night, though. I got a phone call right before the banquet last night, and the question was, I think it's 3B2. Is that up by me? That is a testing unit.
Oh, for CWD?
Yeah. All units are voluntary testing, correct?
Yeah.
There's no mandatory testing in the state.
No, it is all voluntarily.
That's what I thought. That's what I told the guy. I told him if I found out any different.
As far as I know, I mean,
Me too.
As far as I know here.
We'll put that out during the main show and see if anybody knows any different.
Well, it says here, hunters are encouraged to have deer tested for CWD, but they're not required. And there might be some units, but you know how hard that would be? You know, with gratis tags and everything, it would be so difficult to have a required area to do it.
Yeah.
But voluntary, like when they send those envelopes for you to cut part of the jaw off and send it in, totally voluntary.
Yeah, 3B2, 3B as in boy, is the unit that he was asking about. And apparently that's the furthest west testing unit. I don't remember. He had some specific words he used that I hadn't really heard somebody say, but anyhow.
Mike Wagner, good morning. Filling in for Todd, the radio god. Station 7 o'clock coming up here on Mark. Now you got the delay. You understand how much of a delay there is. Slept pretty good.
I slept. Won't say it was pretty good. Got something going on with my hand. I might have to have your wife take a little peek at my left arm.
Pagel's jumping in with us and Raymond on the way over to Baker tonight.
All right. I gotta get a water. You need one?
I already got one.
Right. Take your
I'm prepared.
dosages.
I already took my dosage.
There and stuff.
Morning, Eric. To sleep better after 3 years. Yeah, I admit it takes a while. My dream last night, I don't know what the heck I was, some goofy dream. Like it had no relation to anything that I've ever watched or thought of or dealt with ever in my life. But it must be in there somewhere. Let's see. What do we need as North Dakota residents if we head to Baker and happen to win a rifle? Just a driver's license. So they do it a bit different in Baker. That's a good question here. I know they changed it up a little bit different. Every gun goes back into the room, and I believe they have an FFL guy doing some of them. But if he gets too swamped, I mean, there's a lot of guns here, lots. And if he gets too swamped, they will just push it and say, we'll just ship it to an FFL, and then you can do it in your local area. Yes, I mean, they'll explain all that when they get there, but bring your driver's license. If you have it concealed, bring that. Of course, pistols, you're going to have to wait anyway. And what have you that way. So, Jim, good morning. Levi, morning. See, everybody gets the early morning hunt. Nothing going across the yard here anyway, so it doesn't matter except some guys walking the section lines over there trying to head up to the federal stuff. Sure, your dream wasn't caused by the sexy shirt you seen yesterday. Boy, that could have been. That really could have been. Yeah. Never seen flamingos and naked ladies on the same shirt in my life, but there I did. Oh. Or at least that's what I remember. But no, I had none of that shirt was related to any of the stuff that was going on in what I was. It's like I was part of a mafia type thing. It was goofy stuff, man. Dreams or nightmares caused by too many prairie dogs. I've wasted only 1 box of ammo on prairie dogs this summer. Got busy. You know that, Jesse, tonight?
What's that?
What you need is a North Dakota resident to go to Baker tonight if you happen to win a rifle. Because they send them all, they have a FFL dealer there, but if he gets backed up, there's no rushing him. And there's a cutoff, and the rest of the rifles all go back to Ace Hardware.
Well, in a couple of years past, they have done no transfers the night of.
Yeah. So they go to Ace Hardware, and then you either go there and pick them up, or you let them know where you want it shipped to.
Yeah, that's what I had to do with mine last time.
And you pay for the shipping is all you do.
Yeah,
so
it's
like $25 or something, right? Something.
Yeah,
25,
30.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
There was a discussion about that last night with Thumper. Sounds like years past, a few years past, 6, 7, 8 years ago, he went down and assisted the FFL. And I don't know if it was the hardware store guy that does it now. Or
no, it was a different person at that time.
But yeah, they used to check out all the guns the night of, other than pistols that had to be shipped for out of state. But they've changed that up a little bit. And I don't know. I'm curious as to whether or not they've seen a difference in the participation and income because of that.
No,
I don't imagine
they haven't, because since I started and they switched to that, the income has gone up.
Really? Yeah. Sweet. Well, then nobody can complain.
Oh, they can complain.
Well, fair enough.
60 seconds of show time. 60 seconds.
Syllabus.
Just go on your North Dakota Game and Fish website and click on the CWD regulations and information.
Okay.
See if there's any required ones as we're talking about this. Does Bowman have a gas station with good coffee? Yeah. The Frontier Travel Center, just keep going through town, and it'll be on the left-hand side before you start heading out of town. Levi Nelson, so you're saying the Amadon Mafia is a thing. Jay says you're part of the Amadon Slope County. What was it? The cattle mafia for Slope County. Yeah, I don't know. All right, going quiet here until we start the show here in 15 seconds. Good morning and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Scott Bachmeyer with you here on a beautiful Saturday morning, and it is the open weekend of North Dakota's deer rifle season. It is also the opener for South Dakota's West River Unit 30A as an apple. That starts here this morning and today. And the next Saturday, November 16th, is the regular West River deer season. And then we get into East River. Starts November 28th and goes to December 8th in South Dakota. So a few different dates. And that's kind of an interesting thing because I got Jesse Flath with me here from Western Frontier Insurance Agency. And we were in Medora last night, did the Hunter's Feed there. We'll talk a little bit more about that and how lucky your daughter was. But it's interesting how South Dakota, they really mix up their dates here. All right. So today is West River Unit 30A opener. Last week was Custer Park in Black Hills. And, next weekend is the regular West River. And then they have West River Special Buck season. Then East River Special Buck, East River Landowner, East River regular season. And some of those dates are all on the opening of the same one. But it's interesting how they switch up the dates between East and West River. And they're a little bit later. A lot of people think, well, you got to hit the rut. And I honestly couldn't tell you if they're rutting or not right now because we have so few deer around the ranch. But what do you think about moving the dates later into December where most of the big bucks got the breeding done and then you shoot the big buck later on?
I've always said that I think that season should be further towards the end of November, if not the first week of December. For some reason, and I might be completely dreaming, but for some reason, when I was a kid and started hunting, I feel like we deer hunted Thanksgiving weekend. But
you possibly could have,
way back then. If it's just the way the dates fell because of I don't know what they use for a date to start it, third Thursday of the second moon phase. I don't know. But I can say that out of the last 10 years that we've hunted out this way, this opening weekend, it just doesn't seem, at least half the time, it does not seem like those bucks are in full rut.
No, but it's interesting though, because it is a management tool. Right? We got to stay away from, like, we're not worried about the breeding or anything. Worried about management of these deer. So the officers need to think of when is the best time and get the best opportunity. And that it's just like I always said, in the middle of Brookings Main Street, the best time to really mess up a college student's mind is about 2:00 in the morning when the bars are closing and their mind is on something else, right? And maybe that's Clay says, yes, move the deer opening dates later. And that's interesting to hear that, because early, later, let's see what that is here. Whitetails are chasing out here, not seeing much activity from the mule deer, but the whitetails are going at it right now, according to Levi. So interesting on that. So yeah, moving the dates later, or how about we do an East River, West River like South Dakota does? Would that help change things up a little bit? And
I really don't
alleviate
understand
some
that.
of the traffic.
I really don't understand that East River, West River thing, because it's not like this central time deer start rutting before the mountain time deer. It's a time of daylight thing, and it's not even temperature, from what I've been told by a number of different people, biologists, game watchers. It all has to do with the length of daylight in the day. When them days start getting shorter, it trips something in their mind that, oh, winter's coming. Time to put this winter coat on, and time to do this and time to do that. So I just don't, I've never understood why South Dakota makes it so convoluted. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I've just never been able to talk to somebody down there to explain why they have and you read off a whole bunch of dates there.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of them are concurrent though. There's only like 3 different days total.
About 4 or 5 different ones between the special and Black Hills.
Special units.
And then you got special buck season. But they also have what I kind of think is an interesting thing. Like West River season starts November 16th, right? Next week.
Okay.
But like they have East River landowner. Well, that starts the same day as the regular season anyway, so I don't understand why they did that one. But anyway.
But all their seasons down there start after ours. I think their opening pheasant is a weekend after ours as well, isn't it? It is,
but they did have some deer season dates here, like the Black Hills and Custer Park were before us, a week before.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's different dates. But I think it would alleviate maybe some pressure if you go East River, West River on the game wardens, and maybe traffic out on the roads. And I mean, instead of having it all in one weekend, maybe split it up. I can see that being kind of nice too.
Yeah.
All right. So Wayne says maybe it could be an enforcement thing, which came to my mind too.
In South Dakota?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mr. Cox says explaining how East and West River seasons work is like explaining how the rear differential in a 71 Pontiac works. It just is. I could probably explain the Pontiac thing faster than I could the rest season. Eric says, I wonder if the split has more to do with the game wardens being able to cover more area better and having everything open at the same time, which I agree with that too. Yeah. And it's interesting because you look at how much traffic this morning, I mean, you weren't here yet this morning, Jesse, but as soon as the sun was starting to come up, the parade of orange on the section line was walking up there because Western North Dakota in the grasslands area, the Forest Service put their burn and travel ban back on. You cannot leave a gravel or scoria road. If there is any grass at all anywhere on that trail, you must park on a gravel, or that's another thing that I don't like, is try to pull off somewhere in an approach so you're not on the road, but you need to, it's walk-in only this year, Jesse.
Yeah.
So I hope you brought your Kenetrex here, because
I did.
We got some walking to do today. And we got to move cows this morning too. So we got a lot of things rocking and rolling this morning.
You brought up a good point. Granted, driving way off trail, driving on two tracks with grass in the middle, it does pose a risk. However, right now, with the road ditches the way they are, they're just as long, if not longer, than the stuff in the fields and the pastures.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of approaches. There are no pullouts to speak of. So now if you've got, for instance, north of your place here, what would you say on average opening weekend there is out there hunting?
20 to 30.
So you got 20 to 30 people up there, which means probably 12 to 15 vehicles. Where are those going to park? There's going to be a line right down the middle of your road out here.
Okay, yesterday, so we have a little gravel area down here.
Oh, yeah, you've got your little gravel pit there.
They can easily park right there, but they parked on the gates and going into a pasture, which at least you're off the road.
You are
coming into my area.
But it creates other issues. Granted, it tries to alleviate the issue of burning up all your winter pasture by mistake.
Yeah.
But it is these super, super dry years, boy, it's a real situation out here, especially in this country that you're living in, where it's not easy fighting fire.
No, and I'm taking my fire truck back today because the nights are getting cold enough.
Yeah.
And I don't have a heated shop to get that in. Anyway, we're coming up against our first break here. Jesse Plass is joining me here on opening day. We have we're going to talk about Medora Hunters Feed. We still got a couple texts we got to cover before we get into that. And the Baker Wild Game Feed in Baker, Montana tonight will be part of too. We'll be back right after these messages. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
I'm Dale Paulke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, the bank that puts community in its name. We're not just any bank. We're your trusted partner in lending. With a strong commitment to our local communities, we go above and beyond to support and uplift the areas we serve. From providing personalized lending solutions to supporting local businesses and organizations, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where the community is at the heartbeat of everything we do.
Equal housing lender.
Pfeiffer's Auctioneers would like to invite you to any one of these Pfeiffer's exclusive land and equipment auctions featuring 624 acres in Slope County and 939 acres in Bowman County on November 19th, 480 acres in Burleigh County on December 12th, Pfeiffer's regional equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, Steele, and Bowman, and Pfeiffer's premier farm, retirement, and estate auctions near Halliday, North Dakota, and Fergus Falls, Minnesota. For more information and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pfeiffer's.com.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran-owned and operated. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition. Good to have you along here on opening season for deer rifle season in the North Dakota side and a few places in the South Dakota side, too. So, Jesse Plath is with me here. We have a few things going on before we get into talking about the Medora Hunters Feed, okay? So, we're talking about we have to walk in North Dakota in the grasslands area. There's travel restrictions. You cannot be on 2-track trails, anything with grass, or it has to have complete dirt, gravel, scoria on it. And so the question is, Wayne Muth says, it's a good thing that I have horses. Is Jesse going to get on the horse and we're going to go? Well, I have 3 now. We can all 3 go.
I'd hate to even try to think of when I was on a horse last. I spent a fair number of years on horses, many days a week. And I can tell you that is one thing about living out on a full operating farm or ranch or working for a rancher that I do not miss. I did it. I was okay at it. I don't need to do it.
Okay. So we're walking, I guess. Riley says he saw 2 bucks and rut whitetails are non-existent, twice as many pickups as deer right now. And Clay Peterson said the same thing. He says the road hunters must have finally got up. They're driving around, which right now in our area where you and I are today, Jesse, right here, is we're going to see a lot of road hunters because they have to stay on the roads.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to have to just be careful, you know, when you're driving around.
Speaking of Riley Schriefer, I got a call from a person up in that area yesterday, and they posed a question, and I told them if I found out any different than I told them, I'd get back to them. The question was 3B2 is the only unit south and west of Lake Sakakawea that the Game and Fish has grayed out on the map as a CWD detection site where they are recommending collection of deer heads or turning in your deer heads.
Not required, but
the question that I was asked is whether or not that's mandatory or not. And I looked through the website again this morning. I asked some people last night. Nobody sees or hears or thinks anything is mandatory that we can find or read on the site or anybody that I asked last night. It's 100% voluntary. I know that one deer head collection site is in Hazen, kind of over by Hazen Senex. I believe there's one in Beulah. I didn't see where it was at. I know they will, if you request from North Dakota Game and Fish a collection packet, they will send you some sort of bag Or can you actually
most of
mail it in?
Yeah, you can mail it in. So you have to do certain parts of it,
Okay.
but I don't think that's the CWD part. I think that's the
Something
aging
else.
process.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So no, none of the collection site stuff, whether it's heads or jaws or any of that, none of it's mandatory as far as we can find.
Yeah.
We don't want to say that absolute. You'd have to call a game warden or
yeah.
the main office to make sure.
Exactly.
But everything we can find, it's a voluntary collection.
All right, going back to the East River, West River, South Dakota deer seasons. Text message from one of the South Dakota listeners says, East and West River season allow more hunting access is what it does in that area. So
By splitting the season, it provides more hunting access.
that's what he said. That's what he said. Another one says, in terms of North Dakota having a season later in the year, it says, I agree on the later season and how many nice mature bucks are taken in early youth season as well. That's always concerned me.
I don't agree with that because there's only so many youth buck tags given out. Oh, that's a lie. There's only so many youth buck mule deer tags given out. The other buck tags are statewide whitetail. Okay.
Yeah.
Had to talk myself out of that
statement.
Yeah.
That's why we talk to ourselves on the radio. How successful are road hunters during the North Dakota deer firearm season? It just seems like a waste of gas or diesel fuel. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what area you're in. I mean, if you're taking the East River Road or West River Road up to Medora from my place,
right,
you're going to see something. I mean, you're going to be glassing, but you just got to be careful on that. I mean, especially with the fire this year, and you got to stay on the gravel roads. I understand that.
And a big thing is a lot of these guys that are road hunting are using it as a spot and stock. They're cruising around trying to locate animals. When they do, then they park. They try to take off after them. One of those things, though, it puts you potentially in more and more areas that you're not aware of where you're at. Make sure you've got either a map from Game and Fish, paper map, base map, Onyx, one of these services that helps you figure out whose land this is. Make sure it's not posted. Make sure you contact the landowner, because that's my fear when they restrict things and people are driving around more than usual, is you may venture into areas more quickly that you don't go to when you have your quote unquote normal hunting area that you visit during the year. Make sure you're talking to those landowners.
Yeah. So Wayne says, if that is a baiting restriction unit and they get 10% of the tags CWD tested and no CWD is found, will they remove the baiting restrictions? I doubt it. The unit that you're talking about. In your area.
3B2?
Yeah. You know,
yeah, this whole baiting restriction thing is such a farce. So is CWD, in my opinion. But when you talk baiting restriction, it's not a baiting restriction. It's a hunting restriction, because I can watch 400 deer on a silage pile. Or right now, guys are running out of room to put their corn. There's giant piles of corn in yards, and there's 75 deer on there eating. You're going to tell me that a 5-gallon bucket of corn that some poor bow hunter puts out there trying to get his deer is causing the spread of a disease? Come on. We don't want to.
Are you saying that
we don't want to get started on that?
Are you saying the farmers and ranchers are the cause of the disease?
No, I'm saying that it doesn't get spread that way.
Okay.
It's a joke.
All right. Gene says, I'm going to start the argument. In South Dakota, you can only apply for 2 buck opportunities instead of all opportunities. I'll start. You only get 2 opportunities.
For a buck?
Yeah. Per year.
Ever?
Per year.
Yeah, same here. You got to apply for your rifle buck tag, and you can shoot a buck with your bow. That's 2 opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the same. I'm not sure what he's getting at there.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out tonight because he's coming over to Baker.
Is he? All right. The mayor of Mobridge will be making an appearance in Baker, Montana.
That's right. All right. So let's talk quickly before we get into the next break here. Medora Hunters Feed last night. I explained before the YouTube channel started here. One of the largest crowds the largest crowd we've ever had.
I'd say that's a safe statement.
There was, they said, over 300 adults and possibly up to 100 kids.
There was a lot of kids there last night, which is good to see.
The small, I mean, I think they ran out of food, which is a good thing. I always say,
yeah,
unless you paid for a food ticket. Oh, well, deal with it. Show up earlier. and get there right away.
They actually opened the doors about 15 to 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
Because of the massive crowd that was gathering on the outside. The food was not ready, so they let everybody in the room to basically check out the games ahead of time. The line made a huge snake through the room for food once they opened it.
Oh, very quickly, Levi says you can get $3 in North Dakota if you could draw your muzzleloader tag too.
Fair point.
So, but anyway, so Medora Hunter's Feed, successful. Yes. They upped their, Jordan said, we tried to do something different this year. And we put a lot more money into the guns, and they had more guns. Every table had something.
They did.
And
nice guns.
And your daughter ended up winning 3 of them.
She did. She's
right there. She's hiding from the two.
Yeah, it was something else. She won one of the guns off the 3-gun raffle.
She got the 6.5 Creed.
And then she won a gun off of a youth table, which there was a pink tractor, a Nerf gun, and 2 BB guns taken before the Cricket. And the Cricket was still there, the 22 single shot, when she got drawn, so that she got that one. And then the final table of the night,
204
Ruger American 2.
Yeah.
First ticket out, drawn by one of the little kids that was there. She ran a youth game last night. She kind of had fun.
She actually helped out too.
There was just a ton of kids. It was a heck of a crowd last night in Medora, North Dakota.
Yeah, good stuff here tonight. Baker, Montana, Wild Game Feed, Fallon County Wild Game Feed. So if you come into Baker, no matter which way you come in, except from Ekalaka side, you head south of Baker around the lake, and you'll see the fairgrounds. If you're coming from the south from Ekalaka up, you know where that's at. We'll be having a little fun tonight. We'll talk more about that and some other interesting deer facts, including the top 10 cartridges of 2024 for big game. We'll have that coming up your way next on Dakota Prairie Outdoors. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
I'm Dale Paulke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, the bank that puts community in its name. We're not just any bank. We're your trusted partner in lending. With a strong commitment to our local communities, we go above and beyond to support and uplift the areas we serve. From providing personalized lending solutions to supporting local businesses and organizations, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, where the community is at the heartbeat of everything we do.
Equal housing lender.
Pfeiffer's Auctioneers would like to invite you to any one of these Pfeiffer's exclusive land and equipment auctions featuring 624 acres in Slope County and 939 acres in Bowman County on November 19th, 480 acres in Burleigh County on December 12th, Pfeiffer's regional equipment auctions in Sioux Falls, Steele, and Bowman, and Pfeiffer's premier farm retirement and estate auctions near Halliday, North Dakota, and Fergus Falls, Minnesota. For more information and online bidding on dozens of land and equipment auctions throughout the region, log on to Pfeiffer's.com.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. Western Frontier Insurance, agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or talking animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered with price in mind. Western Frontier Insurance, offices in Hazen, Washburn, Wilton, Bowman, and Hettinger. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, your cutter, your combine, or air seeder, Freedom Repair comes to you and helps you get fixed up and back in the field. 19 plus years experience. Give Lucas Kelly a call at 701-440-1945. That's 701-440-1945. Freedom Repair, veteran owned and operated. Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition continues here on a beautiful Saturday morning. And unlike last year, we don't have 14 inches of snow.
Yeah.
But we wish we would have snow or something because we need the moisture out in this neck of the woods. All right. A couple more things going on here. North Dakota Mike says, I'd like to see the Game and Fish make it an automatic tag for kids up to the age 18 and for adults 65 and plus. So many kids are getting discouraged after getting that youth tag and then not drawing a tag later on. The only way we're going to keep youth interested in hunting is to get them out hunting. But I don't know if I agree.
They already get
With
3
that.
years of automatic.
Yeah.
You know, this is Karina's third. Well, I should say that they get 2 years of automatic doe and 1 year of automatic buck already. Karina's going to get 3 does and 1 buck because she happens to turn the right age in the calendar year to get that first tag. Actually, as a 5th grader, her first year she was able to take in 5th grade. Last year we didn't fill the weather and busyness and timing didn't time out. We didn't get to hunt as much. She didn't get a deer last year. This year we're out of sausage and everything, so she's got to miss school. We're hunting this year.
Absolutely.
You know, so yeah, all the way up to age 18. I don't know. I didn't start hunting till I was 16. Got my first deer tag. I don't even know if there was a youth season when we were kids. Was there a designated youth season? I don't think so.
I could not remember now.
You know, and
He says depending on your unit, you might not. It might be 4 to 5 years before drawing a buck.
I was 8 years between my buck tags this last time.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's everybody thinks they have that. You know, the 65 and older thing. That's I look at the elk season and I see these guys a once in a lifetime tag.
Yeah.
And they draw, like last year.
Yep.
The neighbor, he was 78.
Right.
I don't know. And it was a long day for helping him get his elk where he shot it at.
Yeah.
And so maybe that wouldn't be bad.
I'd like
get
to
that
see
a
an
little bit
age
earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to see an age thing thrown into the big 3 more so than the regular deer season.
Yeah.
Once you turn, I don't know, pick an age, 50, 60.
Hell yeah, 50.
Once you turn 50 or once you turn 60, you get a double entry for your once in a lifetime to maybe hopefully get it to you before you're 80.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an ongoing discussion for forever.
I think you're going to start seeing more and more elk tags given out because
the numbers are up around here anyhow.
They're spread all the way from here to the Cave Hills now. Everybody has issues with their fencing. Okay. So let's do this here. Blaze Orange. You and I were having this discussion, and I found well, look at this. Now it's messing up with me here. I found this here. So South Dakota, one or more exterior garments above the waist must be blaze orange for all big game seasons, right? Big game. And North Dakota, you need 400 square inches, and you do need a blaze orange hat of some sort.
Yep.
And where was the Montana here? They got to wear at least 400 square inches too. But the interesting thing is when you go through all the states, there's very few states that require it. A lot of they're like, we encourage you to wear blaze orange, but not required.
Right.
Like Alaska is one of those states.
Yeah.
It's really that kind of impressed me. So let's go. The top 10 big game cartridges, not just deer, but big game.
So we're talking elephants and rhinoceroses
No.
and everything?
North American big game.
Oh, okay.
North American big game.
Okay.
Starting at number 10, the 6.5 284 Norma.
Yep.
Made the list this year in 2024.
Interesting.
It's like a souped up 6.5 Creedmoor.
It's 6.5 Creedmoor Magnum.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
About 250 to 300 foot a second faster.
Yeah.
Approximately.
Coming in at number 9.
Yep.
The 7mm Magnum.
The old rim mag.
The old rim mag. Yep. And coming in, where are we at now? Number 8.
One of the new cartridges that you have.
No. It's an older, it says it's older, more established, small 7mm brother is one of the most practical long-range hunting, the 28 Nosler, which is what I'm hunting with today.
I thought that was a newer cartridge. It's been around longer than I realized.
According, yeah, it's been around longer than I realized, dude. Next up, because I'm forgetting the numbers on that, the old standby.
The one that a bunch of them other ones are based off of.
Yeah, the 300 Win Mag.
Yeah.
Is that cartridge there.
Gene Davis gun.
Gene Davis gun. Loves his 300 Win Mag. And I still have that.
That's my large caliber gun, and I've still never taken anything with it because I've never hunted anything where I felt I needed to use it.
The old standby where you can load it up, down, and around.
Right.
The 25-06.
I've got that one too.
You got that one?
That was my first. I shouldn't say that. My very first was a 270, and I hated it. But that 25-06, I love that thing.
Yeah, a lot of people do because you can load them down, you can load them hot, whatever you want here. The 280 Ackley Improved, that surprised me because, you need to know how to do some reloading to get.
Yep, that's
Ackley
a reloader's
yeah,
caliber.
Absolutely. Now we're getting down into the top 5. I think we're right there. The 338 Win Mag.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going, I guess, after elk. I can see people using that. I don't know on a white-tailed deer kind of hole it would make in there. Enough not to have to worry about bleeding it out.
It
would be gone.
Souped up brush gun.
Yeah.
It's a big piece of lead you're throwing out. That's 220 grain, I think, is standard.
Well, I can tell you. It is 250 grain.
250 grain, even bigger. Yeah.
At 2,700 feet per second. So.
Yeah. Lot of penetration. Great elk gun.
Yeah. The old standby,
Yeah,
the
the old
270. I bet there's many people still using this around.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I think I was using like 140s somewhere in
Yeah.
there. I think when I was using that rifle. Getting in here, the 30-06, my very first deer I ever shot in my life was out a 1903 Springfield military rifle, open sights. I flipped up the spring sight and I dialed the yardage in.
I can remember the first time you and I went prairie dog hunting when we first met each other, and we're heading out there, and we get out there and you open the trunk and you pull out this big old jack handle. I'm like, what are you going to do with that? It took you about 7, 8, 9 shots, but when you finally hit a prairie dog with that old open sight rifle, it was awesome.
When you and I first met, I owned 2 guns.
Yeah.
My 1903 Springfield and my Mossberg shotgun.
Yeah, your shotgun.
Those are the only 2 ones I ever owned. Let's see here. The 6.5 Creed is in the top of the list for a lot of deer hunting. And
it's made it up the list in popularity and non-popularity. You get made fun of your Nancy gun.
That's actually the number 1 on the list for 2024.
I don't doubt it. You go to a sporting goods store right now and look at the shelf, and the biggest section of caliber, different loads available, 6.5 is usually one of them.
You know why?
It's readily available.
Because most people miss. I only need 1 box a year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years.
There's it depends on who you are. I mean, I shoot a lot of rounds and none of them are at animals. If you just like shooting, we shoot a lot at our house. I got plates. In fact, I had a gentleman that's originally from down in this country. Well, not originally, but he moved up to my country from down here, old Lane Hall.
Yeah.
One of his family members was having some issues with one of their rifles. He texted me this morning at the beginning of the show and asked if they could go use my range to see what the heck's going on. So I sent him over there. I know you don't like shooting paper. I don't shoot paper a lot, but I've got 8x16 plates hanging at 2, 4, and 700 yards. Trigger time matters.
Yep.
Your trigger time was on the Prairie Dog Town, typically out here.
And this year it was using my dart gun on my cow.
On your cows for foot rod.
for pink eye this year.
Pink eye.
I had a lot of trigger time on my dart gun.
So it's just shooting matters. It breathing, relaxation, form. It all makes a big difference. I'm really surprised that top 10 list that the old standby is not on there.
243?
243. I'm really shocked that that's not on there.
I think what they're looking at for big game going from whitetail to elk.
I suppose, yeah.
I'm wondering if they're like that.
Yeah,
that's why
everything
they
in
didn't
that
quite
list
make
was
it.
elk shootable.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you own the gun? Do you own this round?
Okay.
6.5 Creed.
Yes.
Me too. 30-06.
Nope.
I do.
I got a 300 instead.
The 270.
Nope.
Yes.
Sold it to Russ.
I still have mine. 338 Win Mag.
Nope.
I had it, sold it.
Okay.
Where is it? 280 Ackley.
No,
I
I
don't
don't have any Ackleys.
I don't have
I
that.
want to do a 22-250 Ackley.
25-06.
Got 2 of those.
2 of them. I do not have. Oh, wait. I might have one.
Yeah,
of
I
those.
think you do. I think you
think I
won
do.
one at the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation or something.
No, I didn't win a gun at the Rocky Mountain Elk. I might have bought one of those. I might have to check that out. How about a 300 Win Mag?
I do have that.
I do. I have a Montana Extreme still in the
Oh,
box.
that's right.
28 Nosler. Yep, that's
I
what
do
I'm
not have that, but you do.
using that today. The 7mm.
Nope. I reload it for a bunch of guys, but I do not have one of my own.
I had one, sold it.
Yeah.
Just wasn't ever using it.
Yeah.
How about the 6.5 284?
Nope.
Yeah.
I've got a couple friends that have them. I looked at getting them, but when I looked at factory ammo on those,
Yeah.
they're expensive and I can reload my Creedmoor to just nip the heels of it.
Yeah.
Now, if I was to reload the 6.5 284, I could really, really get them up there, but there's just not a need for it in my mind.
I always wanted one of the 6.5 300s when they first came out.
I know, me too.
But you couldn't find any brass or ammo or nothing.
You couldn't
out
even
of those
find
things.
brass to reload them.
No.
They came out at the wrong time, right?
Yeah,
when
they
we
did.
had that
Yeah.
situation. And
Speaking of situations,
nice transition.
old Wayne Muth, he wants to get us into politics. He says, what are you guys' thoughts on the election as it relates to guns and hunting for both state and national? And I said this last night to Mr. Winiger.
Yep.
I said, when Democrats are in power, they're the best gun salespeople you'll ever have.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But
I
don't think there's
nationally, I don't think it's going to move a whole lot of things. I think it's like you said, it's going to slow down some of the sales. I think you're going to see suppressor sales slow down a little bit. Gun sales slow down a little bit. As far as hunting goes in our state, I think the election was good. Locally, we have a pro-gun, pro-hunting governor. Not saying that Burgum wasn't. I don't know if Doug's a hunter or not, but I do know Kelly, our new governor, Kelly Armstrong, strong supporter of the outdoors. You will see him at the Mule Deer Foundation banquets, Pheasants Forever, all the game banquets. He's a big supporter of outdoors and hunting. So
and
that's not going to hurt our state at all.
Private property owners.
Private property owner champion.
So Wayne says, and
Yep.
Clay, like everybody texted this the same time. How about the Hearing Protection Act? Can we get that passed now so we get rid of the $200 or $250 tax stamp?
I doubt it.
I doubt
It's
it.
too big of a revenue thing for the government. And if they didn't change it the first time Trump was in, I don't think they're going to get it changed now. There's bigger fish to fry. We all think that's a big thing. That's a pea hole in a snowbank compared to the problems they have in front of them,
The mayor says, Jesse, you cannot discuss guns and use the word need. You want them. You don't need them.
Easy. We'll talk about that tonight. I can't say what I want to say over the air now, there, Governor.
You already mentioned a few things here.
Oh, well,
What's the top way of
the air now, there, Governor.
You already mentioned a few things here.
Oh, well,
What's the top way of processing your deer? The number one way is
with a knife.
no.
Oh.
And making it into what?
Oh,
The number one.
at our house, country style sausage is
Yep.
the number one.
Grinding it up
Bulk
and
wise.
mixing it up is the number one. Number two.
Jerky,
Yep. Number three.
steaks.
Steaks and roasts. Yep.
Damn, I nailed that one. All right.
You did. You did. Nice job. That's across the. How much? You're looking at my
I
screen.
can't see that far. I got bifocal contacts. I'm 100 years old.
How much on average does the American deer hunter
Okay.
spend on deer
Oh,
hunting, on
boy.
deer season? The average across America
Per year?
per year. And I did some math before we started the show.
I mean,
And
man,
I
you
couldn't
gotta.
get
Are you considering buying a gun each?
No. No,
just going hunting.
just say it's. I don't know. They didn't
Yep, yep.
specify this, but
Okay.
on average, what
I'd
do
say
you
if you already own your equipment, you own your coat, you own your boots, all that, not taking that into consideration, just snacks, license, and fuel,
and food, not
and,
just
and food.
and hotel rooms. And you got to remember, not everybody keeps their jacket from 1985 to go hunting. Some people update every once in a while.
$1,000.
$2,800 a
Oof,
year
to
on
leave it.
average.
Really?
$2,800 a year on equipment only in America.
Oh, that's a bigger number.
$6.4 billion on
Oh,
just
total.
equipment, including firearms, ammunition, archery, optics, calls, and decoys.
Wow.
On travel expense in America, $5.3 billion on travel, including transportation to and from. And the most common type of vehicle used is, of course, a pickup. So the
Right.
fuel price is a little higher. Other expenses, $8.4 billion on big ticket items like land leasing, ownership,
Oh.
food and lodging, equipment rental, guide fees in some areas.
Right.
If you're going to the res, you need a guide.
And airline tickets.
And licenses on average in America, the average license is $39.42.
I was gonna say that's gonna be lower than most people realize.
Non-residents pay an average of $217.
Oh, that's lower than I thought too.
Yeah. Now, that's on average.
Right.
That's in the eastern part of the nation.
Oh, it's not. That's not the whole.
In the western side of the state, okay, where we
Okay.
live, residents pay an average of $62, while the non-residents an average of $437.
Okay.
So there you go. Now the question I have is, let's add this up. Okay, get
Oh,
your
Total
calculator out.
Total revenue
So-
from hunting.
No, what's it costing you to come out here this weekend and try to get your daughter her whitetail doe?
More and more after last night.
Well, you want some guns so you can.
I know, but
here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead.
You got your fuel expense out here and back,
Okay,
which is going to be what, $150, $200.
I suppose, yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any licensing fees? I don't know what youth.
Yeah, 30
Okay.
a piece, so
30.
$60.
30, $60. Yeah. You're staying at my place, but if you were to stay at a hotel,
100, at least 100 a night.
I would say 100 a night,
So that would be another 300.
three nights. Say if you and your daughter sat down at the Belfield restaurant at the Trappers and had a meal once a day, what would that be? About 60, 70
Yeah,
bucks?
50, 60 bucks.
Okay.
So
Times 3.
$150.
Okay.
Approximately.
Say you did need a box of ammo because, why not get a new box of ammo every year? So there's $50.
Oops.
All right. What else are we looking at? Maybe, you had to stop in and get some gloves, some necessities.
Yeah, another
some
$20.
some clothes and what have you, some boots or whatever, and
Jacket for her because I couldn't
she-
find hers.
well, she's growing,
and growing.
Yeah,
Snacks.
yeah. Put in snacks because what does that come up to
That's,
right now?
yeah, that's probably getting there. Well, it's $910. Basically, it's $1,000 weekend.
So, and if you don't get it the first week and you want to come out the next
2
weekend,
weekends, 3 weekends.
there you go.
You could put
It adds up quick.
2 people could put $3,000 into a hunting season pretty easily.
Yeah.
And you don't
Absolutely.
realize that. You just
No,
now I shouldn't say this. I'm saying this with no basis. I'm gonna say most people have a place to stay, but they don't. if you're coming over here from Fargo or Bismarck and coming out this way or vice versa, you're probably staying at a motel. You're staying in Bowman or you're staying in Medora or Dickinson. So then not only are you driving out to this side of the state, you're driving back and forth from that motel, whatever town you're staying in.
Or you're attending one of the wild game feeds and spending money there too.
Yeah, you're
supporting the community.
Yeah, dropping $400 on a bottle of whiskey.
I haven't Jesse Rod back over in my home country.
Yeah.
Scott, our wives might be listening. Don't tell them how much we spend on
knock
hunting.
it off.
We are providing the cheap protein for the family. Never thought about that.
Yeah, we're busting some people here. Oh,
You never thought. I can just walk out the front door and go hunting, so it's a little cheaper for me. So, oh man. Okay. So before we go here, let's get some of the last. Let's see here. There's a lot of things quickly here. Tim says the election has done nothing for my Ruger stock. It's $16 a share below what I paid for it.
Yeah, I didn't see that move either. I own quite a bit of Ruger stock, but it pays dividends.
Yeah,
that company will never go away because they have their die casting business that's wrapped into the corporate. So even if guns struggle, that stock is always going to be worth something. If you want to buy a safe stock that'll pay you a little dividend, buy Ruger.
There you go. Sergio says, I need help. I'm ground hunting because 2 previous back surgeries and the deer get too close and hear me, draw back, and they run. Yeah. When you're spotting stock, in which I love, Sergio, I love doing it. And I wish I had more time to discuss this here, but
if he's had 2 back surgeries, go get that card to hunt with crossbow.
Man, some people still don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Gene says, thank God for all the Pittman Robinson money that doesn't go into the federal government. And Gene says, those are rookie numbers. Wait till you follow a kid's little league.
Oh, amen.
Sports,
travel basketball, gymnastics. Yeah. I'm with you.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors can be heard on all these radio stations each and every afternoon or morning, all day long. Have yourself a great weekend. Eat some meat, drink some milk, wear fur and wool, and have yourself a great, safe weekend. All right, stations, thank you. We're going to be cutting out early because I got to move cows, and we still got to get some hunting in today. Have yourself a great day.